This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, and I like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next to me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me from me team.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Wild, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold for the Cuban link.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Talking Heads at Guardian Radio 96.9 with Naughty. This your boy Pearly holding on for Naughty today. It is so good to be back with you. I wonder if you're going to miss me like I miss y'all. Wonderful Friday. Before we get the show started, let's just get some housekeeping on here if you want to call in. And this is an open line day. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is your day. You can call me. We can talk about what you want to talk about for this first hour. Anything you want to talk about, I can try to help you out. 323-6232, 325-4316, and 325-4259. If you want to text me at 422-4796. That is powered by BTC. That's 3232-325-4316. 325-4259. Yes, so good to be here with y'all today. So good. Before we get started, I want to say a happy birthday to the Honorable Hubert Ingram. Today is August 4th. It's his birthday. He's been a friend, a mentor to me. So I want to say happy birthday, Brother Ingram. So what's happening out there, everybody? What you been up to? Last week was a rough. Something hit my heart. I was lay up in the flu. I couldn't move. I thought my time did come. I almost become a born-again Christian. I was so scared. But I guess when you reach a certain age in life, the body doesn't work like it used to work. You're not as tough as you are. So I think I learned last week I'm not immortal. I am human, and things happen. But it's good to be back. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm feeling a whole lot this time. So I'm surviving. So what's happening out there, everybody? Everybody good? Everybody had a good week. Naughty and I had a good talk yesterday. And it's so good. The first I want to talk about the white canceling Aaron and CA show. I can't talk about that. I don't wake shit like that. I mean, I did say I could talk about everything, right? But no, that's something you got to think. I understand what you're saying. I don't know why, but that's, I don't know. We'll see what management has to say about that, okay? I just realized with this Poison Roach, Pearl, I want to talk about, you can't do that. I would not want them to cancel anybody's show for me. If it's there and they say, Pearly, come, I am almost willing, but no. I don't, But I appreciate that. I appreciate that text. I really do appreciate that. That kind of, makes my day start right. You're bigging me up, spelling my head right away. He sent me, he tell you come do this show, then he send you a whole list of instructions. So I gotta talk about our sponsors. And they talk about Johns, who was one of our sponsors. For chefs and culinary art professional, Johns is the authorized distributor of chefware, the most respected global culinary brand. Johns carries chef jackets, chef pants, aprons, designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. Johns is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary, tools that make a better chef. Available at Johns Care, where Rosetta Street and Carmichael. KFC. Listen up, Bahamas. Let's bucket together this summer at KFC. Grab a bucket of delicious KFC fried chicken and kick back with friends and family. It's original, spicy, or barbecue. KFC has the flavors you crave. Remember, Bahamas, when you bucket, he buckets, she buckets, then we bucket together. Make sure you don't go through a summer without checking off your bucket list. KFC, the finger licking good. Nassau, Bahamas, connect with your loved ones this summer with a bucket of delicious KFC fried chicken. Sharing is caring, Bahamas. So this summer, let's bucket together. KFC signature bucket makes the perfect addition to any party or beach picnic. Complete with delicious fried chicken and size you love. KFC bucket gives you summer. Nobody does chicken like KFC. Let's bucket together. Jokers Wild headliners they got this week is Luke Swanson is in. That's cool. That's cool. He's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. The Jokers Wild and other Swanson. So what's happening in the Guardian this morning? Boy, when I read it, I was a little nervous when Naughty called me. Let me want to talk about this. BPL CEO cutting of corners. Use of compromised cooling system affected engines output, CEO says. Bahamian troops in Haiti would offer training and technical help, Monroe says. BPL billing wreaking havoc on Bahamians, Cartwright says. Demolition of dilapidated downtown buildings to begin this weekend. All I know is one thing, it's hot and my light bill high. I almost fall out when I look at my light bill. So we got to do something with that, man. Brother BPL, we got to do something with that. And what y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about us sending troops to Haiti? I saw a little joke or something saying that we should get all the illegals and let them go back and fight for their country. But how do you feel about us sending our troops to Haiti? Let me know how you feel about that. How you feel about your light bill? It's hot. That's all I can keep saying, it's hot. AC straight choose, I mean, your light bill jumping high, you know, and my light bill literally doubled. Literally has doubled. So I don't want nobody tell me that ain't happened because I know what I see on the piece of paper that I pull out, and when I see what I had to pay this month, that's a lot. All right? So we got to do something with that because the summer just really getting hot now. It's only August 4th. We got a whole month to go of heat and more heat and more heat. Concerned about that, but I'm happy to hear that some demolition of dilapidated downtown buildings to begin this weekend. Government eyeing 4, possible 5 buildings east of East Street during phase 1. Senator Randy Roll, we will continue until Bay Street is transformed. Performing spaces within SBDC Kickstarter program cohorts. RCI's Royal Beach Club concept still wide open, says President. BAMSI building capacity at North Andros facility. Get your gas Rubis 571, SO 580, and Shell 575. Let me know what you know. I know something has to be done about the light bill. It can't make no sense. And you see, when you look at that, it's not just what you or I paying for electricity bill. It's what the businessman is also. The bill goes up, but that mean for me or you. That means his products got to go up higher. That means we paying more money. So it's not just us arguing and saying, oh, the light bill high, we paying all this. Like, yeah, we are. We also are. But we're also going to pay a little extra money for when we go to Mr. Food Store, to Mr. Gas Station, to Mr. Restaurant, to wherever we go because their bills are going up. Their costs are going up. Businessman, he can kill his profit, so what he can do? Pass it on to me and you. So when we start talking about this, and I don't care who the blame is, fix it. Fix it. I don't care who you want to blame. So the PM said that the engines weren't working. The general manager says the engines were working. The opposition leader said, who lying? What's going on? We need to find out what's going on with it. We need to know what's going on. We had a bill passed this weekend, Violence Act, the Violence Bill. And then you said people still talking, want to know what's going on with the member of parliament for North Abaco, what you conditioner. And I'm to a point with this whole situation is either you can charge him or don't charge him, but let's let the public know what you can do because this speculating, this talking, this humming and all over town and stuff like that makes no sense. Makes no sense. So what you can do it or don't do it, but say what you can do and then that's it. You ain't charging nothing you can do but that, but once you say this is what you can do, unless we know. But in the meantime, people need to know what's going on to some people in that whole situation. It's not fair to the accuser. It's not fair to the accused. It's not fair to the police. It's not fair to the commissioner. It's not fair to the public. It's not fair. And we just need to know what's going on there. Because that was been talking about me right now. Yeah, probably get locked up, because that's what's going to happen. So all I'm asking is let's get it right. Let's do what we got to do and move on. Boy. It hot. That's all I can. And you can hear that from me a lot. It hot. And I don't like how my light bill is shooting through the sky. It makes no sense to me, and I'm not very happy with that. And I know a lot of Bahamians aren't happy with that, you know? I'm not happy. How do you feel about the demolition of buildings in Bay Street? And when I saw this, I was saying, is that, for lack of a better word, legal to do like that? Can you just come and tear somebody building down, or go do the due diligence and spray that sign on it and say move in 2 weeks or destroy in 1 month, or if not, we can move it and all that? Or did they go through all that due diligence? Because I don't want the tractors then pull up in demand and the owners pull up on piece of paper junction and say you can't touch my building. Because there have been examples of that on downtown before. So I just, I'm siding with the government on this one. With this one, particularly with cleaning up Bay Street and starting to make Bay Street more tourist friendly and local friendly. I always dream downtown as like how New York City or Toronto or other places are, that you got people living there, some condos downtown, you got restaurants and you got bars and it's a whole nightlife and excitement. And I have always dreamed to see downtown like that. I've always dreamed to see that big hub of activity. Not that at 6 o'clock when all them stores close, everybody go on Bay Street dead. And see in Bay Street, if it was on boat crews pulling up on the back of Prince George Wharf, and then fight break out, and then Bay Street, people run up and down Bay Street. Or we have a special event, Jonkanu or whatever, Gombe or stuff like that. I like to see Bay Street to be a bustling hub of activity on a daily basis. That you could come out your apartment and go down to a restaurant and get something to eat, or you could walk out your condo and go up the road and just be activities for tourists, for locals, for visitors, just. And I think when you have that, you have more money flowing, you have more activity going on, you have more economic growth in that area. And it really becomes what you call Nassau City, So hopefully we can get that stuff like that done. Hopefully some people can invest and put up some condos and, I'd like to live downtown. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I live too old for that now, but when I was younger, it would have been nice. It would have been kind of nice to see that. But let's see how it goes, and I hope that they are able to get it done and move forward with improving Bay Street and making Bay Street better. Because we got a whole big port out there, and so it's important that Bay Street is there to match the port, so that everybody just don't stay in the port area. They come out and it flows over, and it all becomes activity. And I think that's the vision they have, and I'm hoping that's the vision they have. And it'll be nice to see that happen. So let me see what this texter got to say. Who is correct at BPL situation, the PM or the CEO? The bill is going sky high. Now, the PM will talk on what he is advised, so what he's told. The general manager or the CEO, whatever we call him, is there, the day-to-day running of the company, so he should know. So my whole thing is, I get by what I hear from the CEO, because he's the one who's running the business every day. He's intimately involved. He sees all the reports. He speaks to all the different managers. They advise him. They have executive board meeting. They have executive committee meetings and all that. So I tend to believe that Brother Cambridge know more than anybody else because he's there. So what they probably need to do is meet and get on one page and talk about it properly and say what's going on so we can know, because it's hot. It is very hot. It is ridiculously hot. And if and it's hard to say, especially like a person like I work from home. So if I know I'm working from home and I got to burn AC because I won't be cool, that's throwing my bill up. So that means whoever I'm working for can pay me extra this or extra that to cover, but my cost is going up. But if I already have an agreement, what do you expect me to do? So let's get it right. I think we got a caller coming in. Caller, you on the air? What's happening?
So, Burley, good afternoon. What's happening?
Hey, my brother. How you doing, man?
Right here, my brother. Right here. So, in essence, then, what you're saying is, again, it is presumed that our Prime Minister misspoke again because of the information that he would have received that may be different from what the CEO or PL knows.
Let me say it like this. I know what I heard the Prime Minister said in the House of Assembly. I watched it. I heard it from his lips to my ear. on the parliamentary channel. I know exactly what I heard him say, and then I know what I heard that the CEO said when he was on the show earlier on the morning show here.
Yep.
And they did not agree with each other.
No, they did not. And I mean, the whole nation really was joined in because he was interviewed by Dwight Strawn on his show, Morning Blend.
Yes.
And we all paid attention. And it seems as if, not playing devil's advocate, but if we are to believe that there are two sides of the CEO, because on that show he said one thing, and then when we listened to him a few days later, he was saying something different. I'm trying to figure out, was he coerced into changing his story, or did the Prime Minister actually misspoke, as it is perceived out in the public domain now that he does often? What is it?
That's the question we need to ask, and that's the question that needs to be answered for us. I can't answer it for you.
And the sad part about this whole thing for me is this. I mean, we all want to believe the persons who are holding the nation's strings as well as the purse strings. You know, we don't want to mistrust. We don't want to believe that they would misguide the Bahamian people and what's going on. But I'm going to tell you, in the public domain, it's not going very well, because a lot of people now mistrusting anything that this government actually says. In fact, to be honest with you, they're really being held under a heavy scrutiny. It isn't even the normal microscope. This is a high-powered microscope now that's being laser focused on them. And I think whoever is the advisor or whoever is giving the advice to the Prime Minister, I think basically they need to do a much better job, because, like you so rightfully said, all the stakeholders have got to be on the same page. The left hand got to know what the right hand is doing, so when the right hand actually does something, the left hand is in agreement that this is what is supposed to happen. And I'm just going to leave it there because, like I said, in the public domain, and be it for as it may, a lot of people may say, oh, well, there they go again. They're just speaking against the government. No, we want a government that is totally transparent and very accountable when it comes down to the Bahamian people, and that is now what we are demanding. Whether it's this government or the next government that come in, they're going to be held at a higher standard to give true and accurate information and account with transparency to the Bahamian people, because we are not going to accept anything less.
It's too easily, and use of a word of a former minister, it's too easily verifiable evidence. 1 plus, the school I went to, the best in the world is St. Augustine's, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So when 1 plus 1 equals a different number, I question it. And I'm asking what's going on. And whether I support or don't support the government, I want the government to succeed. Because if the government succeeds, my country succeeds, and then it's better for me and my family. And I'll decide how I want to vote when election time comes. But in the meantime, I want the government to do well. I want the Prime Minister to do well. I want him to succeed, because it's in the best interest of the Bahamas that he succeeds. But if we're not getting the right information, we can question it. And I can question it. You can get vexed all you want. I want to know what's going on. And as every rightful Bahamian wants to know what's going on. You have another caller? Caller, you on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's happening, Burley?
I can let you know when I know, but right for now, let's be trying to find out.
What happened to Naughty by nature?
Naughty got a little family issues dealing with,
So he got a little family issues.
Naughty's dad is up there, so he's got sometimes that happens,
Okay, all right, okay, that's good. Burley.
Yes, sir.
It is alleged, I was talking to now defunct PNP General and Stalwart Councillor.
It is alleged.
It is alleged. Notice that I'm pronouncing that word properly.
Yes, you did. Alleged.
Loudly.
Yes.
That the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Mr. Frankie the Snake Wilson, Dr. Minnis, and several others on both sides of the divide, the reason why BPL cannot be any better is because all of them have shares in the company.
I see you got
alleged.
You did say alleged, and I've never I don't know of that. I don't know of that. I know that I think the company provides fuel or something is associated with, yeah, but I can't. Fair enough, it's alleged, but it's now I can't verify that.
I am highly disappointed in the general manager of BPL. a change in this word, because we may not be politicians out here, the majority of us, but there are some of us out here that are highly qualified in engineering, and I am one. That is where I work in the department, the BTC, for 25 years.
Yes, sir.
I know about those generators. Let me tell you something. There is no way in the world that you can spend $90 to $100 and something million for 7 new generators and ain't none of them to be working.
But the CEO did say that 5 were working and 2 were being serviced.
Hold on. See, the CEO then come back 2 days later and debunk what he said. He contradicted himself.
Okay.
I talking from when he came back to what the Prime Minister said when the Prime Minister said. Clearly, there is no way. Like you say, you're a man of great glycosity and vocal analysis. Listen, there's no way, clearly, you could buy 7 cars, brand new, and you can accept all 7 of them, something wrong with them.
Yeah.
There's no way under the sun. But see, why I started by saying what I said is because now, see, Minister gone. And Minister boy said of that day, and we know how the stock review and councillors go between the two parties. Now, they in power. See, the PLP has way more interest in BPL than the FNM. If you get where I'm coming from.
I listen.
Way more interest. They got people to charge a focal and bringing oil at Canada, the Barbados, and bringing it back, all them kind of things. You understand me? But the CEO, I am highly disappointed in that man.
Well, I know the CEO. I know the family well. They good SAC people. So I can stick on his side on this argument.
See, 2 of the generators. Well, we must have got 9 acres.
7.
I thought it was only 7.
7. They done 7. 5.
It can't
say
be
5 in
really.
operation and 2 getting. So that's the 5. No, that's the generators in discussion. I think more the other generators, but these the Wärtsilä generators.
Really, they have 2 private generators down there providing selling power to BPL2. Now I say we bought 5. My contribution to this week, we bought 5 Wärtsilä and 2 private generators selling power. But somebody told the person who I was talking to on the talk show, no, we bought 7 Wärtsilä generators.
That's why my understanding is 7 Wärtsilä generators. At this point, 5 are working, 2 are being serviced.
So who the other 2 private generators are?
I don't know about them other 2 private generators, so we got to figure that out. So first time I heard about is what you telling me now.
No, the CEO said it on the show that they have 2 private generators.
I did miss
providing BPL, so that means we got 9 generators then.
I think it's more than 9 in total working for all of it, but at that, and I think in because station Sect A or something like that.
They got me confused too.
Yeah, and the whole bottom line is it's very confusing because we're hearing all kind of different stories, and then you get the leader of the opposition. He's getting his information and he's saying some things and he's contradicting what they're saying. So my whole thing about it is we need to sit down. And they need to come and say, listen, this is exactly what is A, this is B, and this is C. And then we have a clear, because right now this back and forth, and this he say this, and she say that, and they say that. This ain't looking good in the eyes of the public. Definitely ain't looking good in the eyes of the public.
We know that. See, them boys got special interest. Them boys trying to maximize on their money because they in now. This their time to grab. See, this their time. See, when the other fella was in there, all the people come and like to keep eating your food, and they grab, and the next one was the sidewalk.
Now, hold on. Easy.
Yeah, we can come outside, and they build in sidewalk. They grab. Now it's these boys' time to grab. If the behemoth people can't see that, then I need to get my passport and leave tomorrow.
No, man.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right, my brother. All right. Text. Let me see this text before we go take the next caller. Time the COP will report on the PM at North Abaco. I believe in another shuffle and dance. Nothing about Jobert case. Hey, call you on the air.
Sparky calling in.
Hey, bro, what's happening? 72-year-old Sparky, what's happening?
What is this? This the Pearly?
This the Pearly, yes, sir.
Well, breaking news, Pearly.
What's up?
But you know, I always talk about my age. You know, I always talk about what I'm growing in the yard.
Yeah, I know.
But boy, look here, I tell you the truth, some hot topics going on around here.
Uh-huh.
And you know, Sparky is always brag about talking the truth. Although people just get mad at me, even my own party, the PLP.
Uh-huh.
But I tell them like it is. My old people in the church and everything say the truth is set you free.
Amen.
You know, the truth is set you free.
Yes, sir.
Now, they won't keep us on the plantation picking cotton. And that's both sides.
Okay.
The UBP, the FNM, the PLP.
That's 3 sides.
Well, the coin got 3 sides, but people only see the head and the tail, but they don't know there's a circumference. You remember when you go into school, they tell you something about that in geometry, but that's circumference?
Yeah, yes, sir.
People don't understand. That plays a part, right?
Okay.
That is keep the head and the tail together.
Okay.
The circumference. But I can tell you the truth.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was bragging and everything, but my age and all the pears and avocados and guavas and everything growing.
And I hear you treat them loaded. Don't let me get one pair from you. Don't let me get one pair from you. Think I can let you come on the show.
About 4 families came down here that day.
Uh-huh.
They left with bananas, they left with guavas, they left with avocados, and they left with coconuts.
Naughty, I gotta come here, you man.
And Naughty ain't show up yet, you know.
Sparky, I come in. Don't worry about Naughty.
Hey, look, I dissing Naughty. If Naughty called me, I got cut him.
Okay.
I could be Darryl Miller on not Naughty. Howard.
Oh, Howard ain't reach yet.
Howard, no, he ain't reach yet.
Listen.
Now, I can start doing the cutting on Howard now.
Sparky, I come in to see you.
See, I could become the talk show host from number 8 Pride Estate.
I got you.
And I got take over Guardian. Because I run in the airwaves now from Pride Estate.
I got you.
39 feet just north of Lake Sparky. But you know what surprised me today?
What's that?
One ex-MP of the PLP party pulled up to my house.
Uh-huh.
Say he come for some sour seed.
Okay.
He come from some moringa.
Okay.
He come from some soursop.
Okay.
He come from some guava.
Okay.
And banana.
Okay.
And some
he come grocery shopping.
Yeah, but that's my boy.
Okay.
Way back, but I ain't call his name.
No, don't call his name. That's
because he listening. I know he listening.
Don't call his name.
He just give me a number. He said, put me in the WhatsApp group now.
Okay.
So I know he listening because he tell me he's listening from me from this morning.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna tell you what. But I can tell you one thing. He said, let's go for a drive.
Uh-huh.
He take me for a drive and he carry me to one Chinese restaurant to buy a couple of them brown waters.
Okay.
And some cigarettes.
Okay.
Now, he done got his pocket thing in the back trunk.
All right.
And then he started telling me about some things were going on inside the party.
I got you.
I cannot say everything, but all I could do...
You could give some, though.
I could tell you one thing. There's a lot of people in this country disappointed. And I could tell the world, I am a PLP supporter.
Yes, sir.
But I asked my leader, Brave Davis.
Yes, sir.
Like Caesar in the Senate building, there's some little new rookie MPs that have no respect for their constituents, like my own. I've seen him once.
What constituency you live in?
I live in the Pride of State. Pride of State #1, which is associated with Garden Hills.
I got you.
Figure that out.
Okay.
That is the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture.
Okay.
And that is Mr. Mario Boleg.
Uh-huh.
And everybody...
Mario's a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man when it comes to sports and things.
Uh-huh. Oh, man, he's not a good MP. He's a good MP, man.
Well, I haven't seen him. I've seen him once because I worked hard for him to get in there. He didn't lose one polling division.
Okay.
Me and my neighbor behind me, Mr. Lynx Men, we worked hard for him. We have only seen him once since he gone in there.
Serious?
We've never asked him for anything. We just asked him to show up. But he only shows up in the House of Assembly on ZNS and Round the Sports. And my, you know that ex-MP who was a PLP man, who been in there for many, many years, from back to Pinland, asked me where he come from. Because a lot of people in the party don't even know him.
See, but you know, one of the things I've learned in my years, and you got me by 10, so in my years, I've learned that a lot of members of parliament who become ministers may be good ministers, but terrible members of parliament, or good members of parliament, terrible ministers, because they don't know how to balance it. And it's very hard to balance now. It's very, very hard to balance.
Especially when you got that new car, and that bodyguard with the gun, and that chauffeur, and you go in the government house and all the balls and traveling all over the place. you lose your doggone sense of direction.
You can't forget from whence you came. You see, I would tell people
sense
this.
of direction.
You can't forget from whence you came.
I say that's why the ex-MP who pulled me up took me for a long ride, and we talked, and he said, who this man is, because everybody and most people in the PLP party don't even know who he is and where he comes from. He had to be selected by a chosen
Yes,
few.
have that.
You know, certain people get in there and they send them to run for you. And they
sometimes.
Before he came in, there was a lady who was studying. I think she was a heroine. She was a lecturer at the House of. You want to wait today? She was around here, and all of us was around here getting ready to support her. And all of a sudden, we heard that the PLP had moved her out of here and was going to put her down in the south somewhere. And then all of a sudden, they introduced us to Mario Boleg. Nobody knew Mario Boleg. They came from, but we had to go with what the party say. You know, this is the new one.
See, sometimes you have.
Go ahead,
buddy. Go ahead, Sparky. Go ahead.
All of a sudden, the lady, Miss Hairboyne, she just about off the scene. We never heard about her no more.
Well,
but she was a genuine, nice lady.
Okay.
And I'm not about between men and women, but she was genuine and nice. I was looking out for the people in Pride and Gardeniers. For some reason, inter politics, they moved that lady. We never heard about her no more.
Oh boy. See, sometimes, Sparky, if I lead in a party, right, and I know I got an opportunity to win the government and I need certain people around me that could fulfill certain roles, I may come and say, listen, I want Sparky, I need you to come run in Fort Charlotte, and even though people from Fort Charlotte may not know you, they can accept you because that's who I need Sparky in. So sometimes it happens like that, you know.
But like I said, I understand politics.
Yeah.
I've been around from 18 years old. I'm 72 years old. I grew up in the Valley with Perry Christie. 40 years, our member was in House of Assembly 40 years.
Yes.
And when I talk to him now on the side...
Sparky.
I ain't going to say nothing.
Sparky, thanks for calling, Sparky.
No, but he's saying, there's a lot of people
Sparky,
who are ex-MPs. When they talk with Sparky now, they are trying to find out what's going on in the PLP party because some people ain't listening to the older generation anymore. You got a bunch of rookies going in there.
That ain't just Sparky. Hold on, Sparky.
Let me tell you one thing before I go.
All right.
What everybody's saying right now, we see a lot of rookie MPs going in for one-shot deal, get what they can get and go.
Oh, boy.
And they can keep quiet.
Sparky.
We can hear from them no more.
Thanks for
Just
calling.
like a lot of them from the F&M got what they got and gone, and you ain't hear from them no more, and they living nice, lavish lives now.
Sparky.
The Bahamian people can't stand that no more.
Sparky, thank you. Thanks for calling. We can take a break. Caller, don't go nowhere. I see you there, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to be my first person, okay? Caller, just hold on for me. We're going to take a quick break.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together. And we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carry small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Terms and conditions apply.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Welcome back to Talking Heads and Naughty. This your boy Pearly holding on for Naughty. You know, see how Sparky was going to be lock up this now? Well, man, that's it. Calling you on the air. What's happening? Are you there, caller? I guess that one gone, Mr. Producer. Caller, you on the air. Are you there?
It really is a pleasure to call back a second time.
Okay.
Really,
yes,
something very interesting that Sparky said. And this is something the Bahamian people have also been calling for. And that is the true representation of these MPs for their constituents. This is why many of us have been calling for local government. While the MPs can be in Parliament, spending time up there because their presence apparently is more important than actually being out in their constituency. I believe that this is where the role of local government then comes in, a second tier, because the local government can do the day-to-day operations for each constituency and then give a report or give reports to the MP as necessary. But if the MP is not in the area, then it seems as if the work stops. But if the local government is in place for the day-to-day operation, then it means that the constituent is looked after 24/7, 365, and their needs and wants are being heard. And some of the things that they're asking for perhaps can be done not only through the MP, but through some other mechanism that the local government can come up with to raise funding and stuff to take care of the constituency. But, you know, a lot of our people are resistant to this, and our government is resistant because they know it in essence, that the amount of power that they wield in their hands will be diminished because the local government then will be responsible for the day-to-day of the constituency.
Well,
and I think it's about time the Bahamians really get serious and stop this nonsense of always praising these MPs, especially the ones who appear not to be doing anything for their constituency. And I won't even talk about the constituency that I'm in, because I haven't seen the MP yet.
Where you live?
Man, if I call that right away, you're going to know Seabreeze. Okay? We haven't seen them yet.
I'm from the Seabreeze constituency as well, so I understand.
Okay, and I'm not saying that perhaps that person isn't doing anything, but the same effort and energy that they use during the campaign trail to come to each house, you know, to come and see what's going on in their constituency houses, to see how the neighborhood is. They hear the complaints firsthand instead of secondhand information. They can actually touch and make a difference for the constituents that they represent. But hey, I stand in representation of my constituents in Parliament, but you haven't even come be up amongst your constituents to see what the true what's really truly going on in the constituency. And for the naysayers who talk about it's garbage for the MP to come to the area to touch, you're talking nonsense. Then don't come and campaign. Okay? Plain and simple. If you can find the energy to do that, you can find the energy to come and touch every house as you did when you campaigned. Thanks for taking my call.
Okay. I support local government in New Providence. I've always supported it. One day I may be the mayor of Chippenham. You never know. Boy, you had a spot. This Texas. Boy, you had a swell time with Sparky. let's hear from the town crier, Anton, on the BPL issue, and Bell Sager. He has a lot to say. Interesting. Good day, Sparky, slowly but surely killing all these talk shows, becoming the next Anton. People tired of him, man. He got to call every talk show. Every day, please do it, and nothing to say. Then if you don't want Sparky calling, then others got to call in too, so you all call in. And then Sparky won't be able to get through. But if it's open and he calls and he gets through, he gets through. But if more people call, then Sparky will not be able to come and he won't be able to complain. Sparky say, rookies, but we have to push out the old minions. They don't have the coconuts to stand up and promote good ideas because they will get shamed by the old heads. Only king they learn is how to keep quiet and get their share of the dollars. Only thing, sorry, not king. They're told to sit small till the name called. I try to figure out how to respond to that. But we do have a lot of first-time members of parliament, and let me take this call first. Then I know what I want to say, but let me take this call and then I can respond to that. Call you on the air.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Radio Man?
What you saying?
Now, I heard you call of it. Who all it to BPL, for making the money. Now, I don't think. Now, I just might believe. I don't think Minutes in it, but they are from both sides of the party. And if you recall, is asking them when they got the generators where they got the money from, and they never made a answer. But we have idea where they got the money from.
Okay.
So that's one scenario with that. Now, and that's why we stuck with this Earl, because again, they're on both sides of the divide. Mr. Menace was saying he's going to do LNG from that time, and that's something I was talking about long.
Well, that's what the Wärtsilä engines were supposed to be converted to LNG, if I'm correct.
Trust me, they ain't gonna get converted no LNG, because if I'm making $30 million a month off the Earl, come on now, you know that ain't gonna happen. So we wasting time. Then I heard says, come on, in the year 2030, we gonna do alternative for about 30%. I say, come on, we could do it before the year 2030 if they serious.
Well, that's 7 years. He's talking within the next 7 years. We should be 30% of 30% of our capacity should be of alternative energy.
Yeah, no, but it only could be down 30%.
Yeah.
So if you want to get it down, they could do it way before that. Okay. If you understand me,
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but they ain't serious with us because it's some big bucks and the figure how much they're making off the Earl. It just come out. The former general manager for BPL said that's how much money they was making off the Earl.
Okay.
He came on specially and said, I think it was hasty. Okay? And that ain't that. You remember when the lady that resigned from went with the board issue what they had?
Yes.
Nobody never know why that was a problem. Maybe she tell them, let's go LNG. They probably didn't want that.
I don't know if that's the argument, but, hopefully one day we'll find out what that argument was.
Yeah, but they never come out and say why the lady.
I don't think it was over LNG. I don't think so. I think there was other issues.
Okay. I rest that part. And that's something there. Now, talking about these MP, some of them no good cabinet minister, and some no good MP. I might as well tell you. Right now, if you do a report, you will be struck to know. In the area I live in, they got a wall been knocked down over 2 years. Okay? And that MP in that area, he passed and he see that. The other day, they put a flag on the side of it. But the wall ain't fixed. And right there, this date ain't fixed.
Okay.
So he's not a good representative. I can tell you right off the bat. See, I ain't afraid they can't do me nothing.
I got you. I got
you. The next thing, it look like they trying. I ain't nothing but an immigration issue no more. I mean, nothing done. So Mr. Brave Davis, if he is not handling the party the way he should be, then he's going to be in trouble because he's not leading. You do something, then you pay the price.
Well, that's the part of leadership. That's a part of being the head, you know.
Thank you.
All right.
And that's not happening. And the Bahamian public will look at that and you say, man, this fella, everybody do whatever they want to do on this one. And not only that, you decimate our country by doing certain things. I have a problem with that.
Understood.
But anyhow,
thanks for calling.
One of my favorite shows, I was listening to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Take time, bro. You got another text here. Text that says, agree limit Sparky to 60 seconds. I promise you I'll try to do my best. Pearly, putting local government in Nassau is a waste. Freeport has big problems with it, not enough funds. So, well, that don't necessarily mean it's a waste. What it needs got to be properly funded. And if you properly fund it, then it's not a waste. I understand, you know, too many times we do things and we don't give it enough funding, so things don't succeed. But if local government is to succeed, then the local government, let's say Pearly is the mayor of Chippenham. So me and my committee, me and my local government for Chippenham put our budget together. We submitted to the government and said we need $10 to run Chippenham for a year. If the government don't give us the $10, then we ain't gonna succeed, so we got to raise hell. So the public is aware that the government ain't giving us the money we need to make sure Chippenham succeeds. So I can't agree with you to say that local government is a waste because of the funds. If we have the funding, then it's not a waste of time. Yes, if there's the funding in there, then we have problems. And we have many issues and it ain't going to be right. So I understand what you're saying there. Now, I'm going to go back to what I was about to say about the members of parliament. I can try, you know, we have a group of young people. The young people in this country, millennials and so on, whatever they call them, Jenner, whatever they call them, but I can get killed for this. I'm sure can kill me for this. But anyway, have a sense of entitlement in terms of they've arrived. They want to be in charge. They want to take over. We've educated them. We send them off to college. We've given them the best education possible. So now they have learned these things and they want to implement these things, but they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait the time to do it because they want to implement it right away. So that's an issue that we may have some young MPs who want to do certain things, but the old school fellas saying, hold on, slow your roll. So it may become a bit frustrating. So someone may just sit back and say, when my time comes, I can do what I have to do. So that's just my analogy of it. Don't go quoting me and saying, you know, I had the right analogy, but that could be an issue as well. Many times, and even in organizations that I'm involved in, the younger crew want to do certain things, and sometimes you got to say, slow down a little bit. And they may not be necessarily wrong what they're doing, you know, but it might just be moving a little bit too fast. Texter says, Pearly, every year is the same problem. I understand that. I understand what you're saying, Texter. Every year is the same problem because the funding is not there. If the funding is there, then we won't have that problem. We got a call on the line. Call it what you saying.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Pearly, listen to me. You don't have to go out west in the post office yard. You're boxing on that way.
No. My boxing in Townsend Mall.
Listen,
and I don't do that. My sisters go there because I can't deal with that.
Listen to me, Pearly. They got about 4 craters in that yard.
You know what? I saw that. Yes.
Man.
You call them craters. I call them holes to China.
Buddy, what's going on? And guess what, buddy? When they fix the road, they use shovels to tamp it down.
No, man.
But, buddy, they use shovels. They ain't got, in the island when it's fixed road, they got them tamper, and they tamp that tight.
Yes.
So that's why when the first rain comes, it get washed out.
Okay.
Then another thing, buddy, you know the manholes and everything. You see, day craters now. It's like they didn't do that properly, and there's big sink in those manholes and everything. Where waterworks or it's terrible. But you know where they can wait on, buddy, and they can rush and do it. One of these days, God forbid, a tourist, because they don't know where the holes are. Don't pray God it don't rain because, you got plenty of them renting now, motorbikes and everything. And they can get killed. And that's when you can see the running up and down to fix them.
They listening. They can fix them. They listening to right now. This show they listening. Watch. By next week, that road, watch that be fixed next week. And you can call and tell me that.
But these roads are disgusting. I mean, when you drop from them, everything get destroyed in your car tire get cut, muffler come off.
I know.
Something has to be done. And all they have to do, really, is break this island up in segments, but supervise this. This is your area. This is their area. You go around and check and make sure the road is done properly. But I telling you, they use shovel to dump the cement down.
Oh, boy. Okay. Thanks for calling. We're running out of time. It's 5 o'clock. I got a couple of texts before we go. Hey, Pearlie, you will have the funding. The central government will give you $5, and then you go tax the people for another $5. Real talk. Boy, one thing Bahamians know how to do is complain. When I was young, my MP back then was Tommy Turnquest. He always used to be around the community, but he came from money, so the people say he was out of touch. I grown now and don't ever see my MP around. I didn't vote for him, and I ain't looking for him. And I ain't looking for him. It is what it is. And I lived in the constituency where Tommy Turnquest was the member of parliament, and they used to say because he from money he was out of touch. But I tell you one thing, he was in touch with the people in the constituency, and he did come around, and he did participate and was as very active in the community. He was a very, very good member of parliament. Well, folks, that's the end of our first hour. When we come back after the 5 o'clock news, we're going to be talking sports. Dodgers, Giants, Cowboys, whoever you want to talk about. But it's been a fun hour. Time, they say, mind how time flies when you're having fun. It's been a good show. Thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to all the callers, the texters. It's been a great first hour. We'll see you in the 5 o'clock hour when we start talking sports. This is Pearlie, Talking Heads with Naughty on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Tired of paying too many bills and loan payments each month?
Shrink your monthly debt payments down to one easy payment with our debt consolidation loan.
It also has a built-in savings that pays you 5% interest.
Inquire about our debt consolidation loans today.
Call 356-7764.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
And we're back, Talking Heads with Naughty. It's sports time on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Now, I promise to always read all the texts and answer all the questions. We have a quick spillover. One of the last texts say, boy, it sounds like both PLP and FNM are short by Sparky House, but his MP is missing in action. And then I had another text to come and say, what are the requirements for a sitting member of parliament? And the member of parliament is responsible for his constituency. He gets constituency allowance. He's supposed to do certain things. He's supposed to help people find jobs. He's supposed to make sure the area is a better place, lighting, police, all that stuff. And what is the job of the branch? The branch or association, the branch is under the PLP, under the FNMS Association. The branch job is to do the political work of the party. That's what their job is, to make sure that in this actions, make sure that in the particular constituency, the branch is there to make sure that the PLP name, brand is well established in that constituency, or the association, the FNM name, brand is well established in that constituency. That's my assessment of it, I hope. And call up, one of the texts was talking about Freeport. Freeport really don't have a real local government yet. So, let's we have local government in the Family Islands, but as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the facts are, there's no real local government in Grand Bahama, and there's no local government in New Providence. So, anyway, sports time. Ain't talking no more politics. We talking sports, and more sports. So let's get to it. I am excited. I sat up till 2 o'clock this morning watching my Dodgers beat up all over the Oakland A's. And I told Naughty that the Yankees was going to beat Houston last night, and they did. But let's get right to it. Today is Friday, August 4th, 2023, and today in sports history. In 1934, Mel Ott became the first Major League Baseball player to score 6 runs in a single game. In 1956, William Hertz became the first person to race a motorcycle over 200 miles per hour. He was clocked at 210 miles an hour. In 1957, Juan Fangio won his final auto race and captured the World Auto Driving Championship. It was his 5th consecutive year to win. In 1983, the New York Yankees outfielder Dave Winfield threw a baseball during warm-ups and accidentally killed a seagull. After the game, Toronto police arrested him for causing unnecessary suffering to an animal. Some Canadians for you. In 1984, Carl Lewis won a gold medal in the Los Angeles Olympics. In 1985, Tom Seaver of the Chicago White Sox at the time achieved his 300th victory. Tom Seaver's real fame was when he was a Met. Also in 1985, Rod Carew, California Angels, got his 3,000 Major League hitter, one of the best hitters ever. In 1986, United States Football League called off its 1986 season. This was after winning only token damages in an antitrust lawsuit against the National Football League. And in 1996, Josiah Thugwane won a gold medal after finishing first in the marathon. He became the first black South African to win a gold medal. Sports quote, I know that I am never as good or as bad or any single performance. I never believe my critics or my worshippers. I've always been able to leave the game at the arena. Charles Barkley. He used to say he's not a role model. Boy, interesting. Tom Seaver, New York Met. What's up in the local sports scene? Robinson heads CAC team, 14-member squad heading down to Aruba. Godfrey Robinson, it's a good sack fella too. He been 90. No, he's younger than I am. I think he finished sack in 80 something. But he's one of our better bodybuilders. He's going to be leading a team of 14-member squad going down to Aruba. Wishing them all the luck. Year of comeback for Lamar Taylor. Lamar was talking about how disappointing his season was last year, and he had to come back, particularly the NCAAs, and he's had a great season. Hammer thrower Thurston looking to qualify for the Olympics. And that's Tajnay Thurston. She didn't qualify. She's not going to the World Championships, but she's working hard to be the first Bahamian hammer thrower to qualify for the Olympics. And she's really working hard. And you know what? She can make it. I claim in that for her. She can make that. So what's happening sports-wise? Some good games last night. Some really good games last night. You know, the Dodgers won. I could say that 100 times. I'm on hog heaven right now. The Dodgers won. The Yankees won. Just look at the scores from yesterday quickly, and then we can just get into it. You know, the Dodgers won 8-2. Freddie Freeman had 2 doubles and a home run yesterday. The Phillies beat the Marlins 4-2. Jazz had a couple of RBIs, though. Chicago White Sox beat the Texas Rangers, lost to the Texas Rangers 5-3. The Kansas City Royals beat the New York Mets 9-2. I watched this game. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Toronto Blue Jays 6-1. The Giants beat the Diamondbacks 1-0. When I tell the Naughty the Diamondbacks can start folding, they are folding. They must be 5 or 6 games out now, going straight down. The Yankees beat the Astros 4-3. The Brewers beat the Pirates 14-1. The Brewers had batting practice on them. Cardinals lost to the Twins 5-3. The Reds also, I told them the Reds are going to start folding as well. The Cubs beat them 5-3. And the Seattle Mariners beat the Los Angeles Angels 5-3. Now that's going to be interesting because the Angels went all in with Oshani and hoping that, and they didn't come out of that the trade deadline doing very well. So they've lost a couple of games. They're probably about 8 out now. It's going to be interesting. And NFL, the Hall of Fame game, the first preseason game was yesterday. Cleveland Browns beat the Jets, the stinking lousy Jets, 21-16. That was exciting. That was like a play at the end of the game to beat them or something like that. I didn't watch it because I ain't gonna watch no football till later down, you know. Because none of the big boys playing. Rodgers didn't play. Hopkins didn't play. That's all the backups played yesterday. Fellas who trying to make the team. So that ain't too much to be looking at right now. And usually with the NFL preseason, after the first quarter, the scrubs, but I won't say the scrubs, the fellas who trying to make the team are playing second, third, and fourth quarter. So, and particularly by the second half, those who in the second half playing really trying to make the team. There's 1 or 2 players who borderline making the team, and they got to do some stuff to impress the coaches. So I wasn't too worried about that yesterday. But what's happening? What's happening sports-wise? I was open. Naughty said Startboy is supposed to give me a shout, but that's all right. No biggie. NBA. Naughty and I spoke about the Damian Lillard possible trade yesterday, and throw out all these little different scenarios. You know, the way I look at it, trade him or don't trade him. But right now, it's really it really ain't moving me. I ain't interested in listening to it. I'm not too much want to agree with it. But the breaking news out of the NBA is now that AD has agreed to a $186 million deal with the Lakers. So that's an extension. Anthony Davis agreed to a 3-year, $186 max contract with the Lakers. So I think he's going to be. Anthony Davis isn't leaving the Los Angeles Lakers anytime soon. The star big man reportedly signed a 3-year, $186 million extension with the team on Friday. Clutch Sports agent Rich Paul told ESPN. Lakers star Anthony Davis has agreed to a 3-year, $186 million extension, giving him to the franchise through to 2028 for a total of $270 million plus. Davis landed the richest annual extension in NBA history at $62 million a year. So that means he is with the Lakers until 2028. He's going to retire Laker. Now, the good thing about them doing the extension now, if they had waited till next year, that $186 million contract is going to be a $288 million contract. So you really get him on a team-friendly contract extension. And so now you have some monies that you could use to get other players when LeBron is gone, or when you need some other players next year and the year after that he's not going to be hogging up the money like that. So That's fantastic for the Lakers. It is a risk that they have to take, but it's better to take the risk now and pay the smaller contract than come back next year and you sign him at 288 and you get hurt. So I think it's a viable risk. I'm happy with it. I'm happy that we have him locked down. And to me, it don't really bother me if he don't play 82 games, As long as he's there for the playoffs, that's all that matters to me. As long as he's there for the playoffs, it's fine because he's under contract now for the 2023 season for $40 million, and then 43 million the early termination option for 2024 campaign. So this new deal would start in the 25-26 season. So we had him anyway for next season and the season after. So this new deal would start the 25-26 season, 26-27, 27-28 season. So at the end of the 28 season is when he would become a free agent again. And by that time, he'll be probably moving on from the Lakers. So it's great. I'm happy for my Lakers. I think a lot of Lakers are happy. And we got AD. We got AD for good now. He ain't getting nowhere right now. All right. So that's a big move. People say LeBron and Draymond was hanging over in a concert yesterday. I don't know how much of a big deal that is to me or you. But there was something I saw in an article talking, and we can stay in the NBA for a minute. There's some young athletes who are not even 25 yet, but we don't know them. To us, they've been in the league 100 years. So a lot of people are looking at who probably needs to be traded. And, I just throw it out there and you tell me what you think about it. The Melo Ball from the Hornets, he's been in 3 seasons. He has established himself as one of the NBA's top productive point guards. All right, so he's one. Next one they're talking about is Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors. He's been around. You think he's been there forever. He's only been there a few seasons. And then the next one is Luka Doncic from Dallas, who really is probably one of the top 5 players in the league if you really look at it. I mean, he puts up the numbers. Then you get Anthony Edwards from the Minnesota Timberwolves and Zion Williams from the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the only problem I have with Zion is Zion can't stay healthy. Zion has not played a full season yet. He's not been healthy. So for me to want to for the Pelicans to want to trade him is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all because they have not been getting his worth. And they're paying him a max contract already, and he's not even there to play. So that might be something we can think about, we can talk about, whether they should trade him or not. Luka, him and Kyrie together in Dallas, they keep hitting the roadblock. They're not getting over the hump, getting further into the playoffs. He may need a change of scenery. And then in Minnesota, I wouldn't mess with Edwards. I would leave him there. And I'd leave LaMelo in Charlotte. LaMelo has a great future in Charlotte. Charlotte is getting better. And I think Michael Jordan is selling the shares in it. So whether they spend money and they develop their team to be a better team is on them. And it's not him. And then if they're not going to do it, not get rid of him, but move him on. So that he has an opportunity to win an NBA title. That's what it's all about, Winning championships and more championships and more championships. But I'm happy AD is a Laker. That's good stuff. You got that out of the way. And that money don't bother the Lakers until the 25-26 season. So it doesn't affect what they do next year or the year after. All you know is you got him there. So you build around him. So what that's telling me is the Lakers realize that their future is the anchor of the Lakers team is going to be Anthony Davis for the next several years, until the next 5 years. And so he's the anchor. LeBron is going to be moving on after next season, not this season, next season. And so we have that money, so we'll look at bringing players around him. And people know, listen, I come to play at AD because AD can be there for the next couple of years. So it's a good move for the Lakers. It's a smart move for the Lakers. And I'm excited. I'm happy. I am really excited about that. Quicker we get rid of LeBron, the better, though. So I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. How do you feel about AD being a Laker for good? And I say for good because basically by the 2028 season, he would be about 35, 36. So he wouldn't be, this is probably his last good max contract. He'll probably be getting league veteran minimum and stuff like that starting in 28, 29. So he's going to make his money now. He's going to make a good chunk of money, $200 million. He's going to be quite comfortable. And he knows where he is. He has a home. He knows that he hasn't to worry about anything. The Lakers know they have to worry about no contract row with him or nothing like that for the next 5 years. so they could concentrate on Reeves and Hachimura and doing other things and getting other players there when LeBron goes. So I'm like I said, I am happy. I'm so happy that we've got him. And Naughty and I spoke about this yesterday. And like I said, it's and I read about it earlier today. They're talking about it earlier today. And I was saying it makes sense to sign him now at this lower rate and then to wait next year and get him another $100+ million onto that bill. So, good move, Lakers. Good job. Good job, LA. Great job. That's great stuff. So what else going on in the world of sports? I know, I like to talk baseball because we're in the heart of the baseball season. So, Cole Hamels officially retired. Those who are a Cole Hamels fan, he was having a terrible season anyway. So I understand. Oshani hit home run number 40 yesterday. So, let's look at it. He's at 40. He needs to hit 23 more home runs to beat Judge's record of 62. And he's got basically 107, so you got probably about 50 more games. Can he do that? I mean, he'll have to hit a home run every other game. Can he hit 25 home runs over the next 50 games? The way he's swinging the bat, that's possible. The way he's swinging the bat, that is very, very possible. That is very, very possible. The Dodgers had the Dodgers played, and full disclosure, we played Oakland Athletics, the worst team in baseball, but we swept them, and we did what we were supposed to do. And we were talking, and they were talking about it during the game yesterday, but it's a tune-up, because we go into San Diego tonight, and then from San Diego we go to Arizona, which is like the next 7 games going to be really big games for the Dodgers. So it was a good tune-up. So you got the starting pitching got some work in and they look good. The bullpen got some work and they look good. The bats got swinging. The new players got acclimated. Rosario, oh my goodness. Kiki Hernandez, Kiki had a double yesterday. Rosario had 2 doubles yesterday. So these are the new players that the Dodgers have brought in. Lance Lynn had a good pitch, a good game. He gave up a couple of home runs, but he struck out 7, I think, or 8. So he looked pretty good. So that's what you want when you play those kind of teams. You're supposed to beat up on them. You're supposed to mash them up and beat up on them and do what you have to do and correct some things so that now when San Diego we go into San Diego tonight, we got something for them. We got something for them tonight. So we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with them, and then you go into Arizona. So that's the kind of stuff I like. I know Naughty is worried about his Yankees. And there's an article that come out there from that to rescue this franchise, and I can say rescue this franchise because this franchise is not doing too well right now. So one of the first things they need to do is, we all know the state of the Yankees is not great. We know the Yankees. This is not the Yankees that Naughty knows. This is not Naughty's team, and the pitcher. One pitcher had to go into alcohol rehab last week. Judd has been hurt a lot. Rizzo is not hitting. They're not hitting the ball. They're gone. Before Judd was, they were scoring like 6 runs a game. When Judd got, they dropped to almost 3 runs a game. So there's a lot that they need to do. So that's when they need to replace Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone. I think Brian Cashman is the general manager. Aaron Boone is the manager. I think he's gone. I think Aaron Boone's going to be fired because this team underachieved. This team did not succeed. I think he's going to be fired. Whether they replace the general manager is a different story, but I'm pretty certain the manager is going to be gone. All right, so they need to make a trade with the Marlins. So this is the proposed trade with the Marlins now. Miami Marlins get second baseman Gilbert Torres, infielder DJ LeMahieu, and cash. And the New York Yankees get right-hand pitcher Edward Cabrera. Boy, so I guess they by saying this they can leave Jazz in center field. That's not a bad move for the Marlins. It depletes their pitching a little bit, but it gives the Yankees what they need, pitching, because that's what they do not have. Make a trade with the Cardinals. Proposed trade. St. Louis gets left-hand pitcher Nestor Cortez. New York Yankees get outfielder Dalen Carlson and C. Ivan Herrera. I don't know much about that. I can leave that one there. The next one is make a trade with the Padres. The Padres get first baseman Anthony Rizzo and right-hand pitcher Clay Holmes, and the New York Yankees get infielder Jake Cronworth. You all got to be kidding. But Yankees give up all of that? Okay. Go shopping for players not named Ohtani. Some suggested players that they should try and get next year. They should try and get Cody Bellinger, the center fielder, first baseman Cody Bellinger, third baseman, first baseman Hamir Candelario. First baseman Reyes Hoskins, or left-hand pitcher Jordan Montgomery. They need a left fielder. They do need an outfielder. They do need, and Cody Bellinger, they were hoping to get Cody Bellinger in the trade, and the Cubs said, no, we're not trading him. They need an outfielder, and they need pitching. They do need that. So I understand. I like that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad. But the Yankees got a lot of work. It's going to be interesting to see what they do over the postseason. It's going to be interesting to see what moves they make. Will Brian Cashman stay a Yankee? Will Aaron Boone? I know. I can almost bet that Aaron Boone will not be the manager for the New York Yankees next season. I can almost bet that. And I dare anyone to tell me I'm wrong. I'd be interested to see. There's a rumor that say Justin Verlander to trade the Astros. He really wanted to go to the Astros. I understand the Dodgers made some moves for him. The Dodgers also made some moves for Max Scherzer. I happy being get none of them. It's good to get them because they're great pitchers, but the money that they got, that was hurt the Dodgers doing some other things later. The Mets, the New York Mets spent billions, I should say, a whole ton of money to try become the Los Angeles Dodgers of the East, to try to compete with the Dodgers. And they said they wanted, and the owner said, I want to do what the Dodgers done. And so he spent all this money and this huge payroll, one of the highest payrolls in baseball, and the Mets will not make the playoffs. So now they traded Verlander, they traded a lot of other players. They basically break up the team. What does that mean? Are they going to go after Ohtani next year? Are they going to spend big money again to try and make another big move like that and bring Ohtani into New York, which may not work for them? I really believe Ohtani will either stay at the Angels or go to the Dodgers. I don't think he wants to go on the East Coast. I think he wants to stay on the West Coast. I think he wants to stay in that warm bell of L.A. And I think that that's what's going to happen. I'm pretty certain of that. But I'd bet money on that. But what we'll do now is we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of NFL, what's going on in the training camps, who's hurt, who's not hurt, and who's looking good. But this is Naughty's Talking Heads with Guardian Radio 96.9. And we're going to talk some more sports after the break. When we get back, we'll talk some NFL.
From the fried chicken experts, creators of the Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, comes a whole new way to enjoy barbecue. The KFC Crispy Barbecue Sandwich features a 100% premium white meat Kentucky Fried Chicken filet stacked with bacon, cheddar cheese, crispy fried onions, and barbecue sauce on a toasted, buttery brioche bun. The new KFC Barbecue Crispy Sandwich is available only for a limited time. Try one today and enjoy a whole new level of flavor. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Tell them.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and let me tell you about a deal you can't afford to miss. It's the 2 Fly Free from Nassau promotion. You heard me right. 2 people can fly free from Nassau. Just go to BahamasResidence.com for all the details so you can start your vacay today. There are 10 participating islands with 35 amazing hotels to choose from. You can go to Abaco, Acklands, Andros, Bimini, Cat Island, Eleuthera, Harbor Island, Exuma, Long Island, or San Salvador. There's so much to do on all these islands, you just may want to go to a few. And why not? With the 2 Fly Free from Nassau deal, it's like getting an island for free. Take your family. Go with friends. Arrange a fun out-of-the-box business meeting or retreat. Your co-workers or employees will love you. Or go on an adventure with the guys. Or a girl's getaway from the guys. Or a romantic trip for 2. Whatever you do, you'll thank me. Visit BahamasResidence.com for more information. That's BahamasResidence.com.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Ice Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. Talking Heads and Naughty on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM Sports Time. Just a reminder, the final 10 will be with Colin Cowherd. He's going to talk about those stinking lousy Jets with whether they should Zach Wilson's career. That should be some interesting conversation for you Jet fans out there. NFL. Alvin Kamara suspended 3 games. The NFL punishes Kamara for violating personal conduct policy, and he got a 3-game suspension. That's interesting. What did he do again? I can't remember. What did he do? Okay, yeah, him. All right, so the New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara and Indianapolis Colts cornerback Chris Lemons received 3-game suspension from the NFL on Friday for their roles in a fight in a Las Vegas nightclub. Fellas get in the club to fight. So I guess Kamara met with the commissioner and everything, and they gave him a 3-game suspension. He's lucky. He's very lucky. You know, these fellas, I used to say, I had friends who were very talented and messed up, and I was like, if God had given me that talent, you think I was going to mess up like that? I was going to use that to make some money. Okay, there's a lot of edge defenders, prime this year to make some moves. Prime. So anybody watch that game yesterday? I told you, like I say, I ain't watching no NFL right up to now. So, I don't know. They didn't play Aaron. They didn't play Hopkins. They just played the backups. And like I say, if you don't watch the first quarter of the preseason games, you might as well don't watch them. That's because that's the fellas who are trying to make the team, who can play in the second. Maybe the first and second quarter, you'll have some fellas who need to get some work in. But third and fourth quarter, they fellas who are trying to make the team. So those fellas are gonna, the third and fourth stringers in each position are gonna be trying to do something to make that 53-man roster. Sometimes some team will decide to take 5 running backs as opposed to 4 running backs because one running back just wouldn't look bad, so they didn't want to get rid of him, so they'll keep him. Sometimes they'll keep an extra wide receiver, they'll keep an extra tight end. So those are the kind of games that those fourth stringers will start to do some things and try to more or less earn a spot on that team. So and every day people keep talking about the Jets and talking about who they think can make the Super Bowl. And I want if anybody, 323-6232, 325-4316 or 325-4259 or the text line 422-4796. Some people think that Kansas City Chiefs are the team for the Super Bowl this year. I think they 7 or 8-time division champs. Probably got they got the best quarterback in football right now. How many teams from the AFC got a chance of winning the Super Bowl? I heard that this morning. Some people say it could be up to 7 teams. So got it. Kansas City, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Buffalo makes it 5. The Jets make it 6. The Dolphins makes it 5. The Jets. Let's start over. That's all. Kansas City, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore, the Jets, the Dolphins, and maybe the Chargers. Maybe the Chargers could be the 7th team that have a chance of winning the AFC. like we say, on any given Sunday, you can win. So don't, I know Mr. Kansas City's called and say, oh, you can't beat them, but you only need one good game. It ain't like you're playing the best of the 3 or the best of the 7. You only need one good game. And then you can have a whole new person looking for the Super Bowl. I mean, if you really look at the 49ers last year, 49ers lost 4 quarterbacks last year. 4 quarterbacks in one season. And they made it to the NFC Championship game. And they ended up playing with non-quarterbacks under center. They could have easily won play. If you look at the NFC, who are the teams in the NFC that could probably make it to the Super Bowl? Eagles, Cowboys, who else? 49ers, anybody else? I think that's really one of those 3 teams. I really believe it's between the Eagles and the 49ers. The Cowboys have an elite defense. The Cowboys have a team that can go to the Super Bowl, but they got one problem. The Cowboys got one problem. Dak is their problem. Dak is their problem. He's going to have the numbers now. He's going to have the numbers. He can put up the touchdowns. He can put up the passing yards. But it's that one game or those 2 or 3 games that he can do something because Dallas not to make it to the Super Bowl. That one game. Like I said, he can put up the numbers. He can put up 25-plus touchdown passes. He probably can throw less than 15 interceptions this year. Threw 15 last year. He's going to put up the numbers. He's going to win games. They were 12-5 last year. 12-5 last year. He's going to win games. But that one big game is bad we can see. We got a call on the line. Caller, what you saying?
What you say, Pearly?
What's happening?
All is well. Listen. See, I could trash the Cowboys today because nothing in there.
All right. Let's have fun then. Let's have fun.
Let me just put in the plug right now. Now, the Cowboys ain't going nowhere with Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott. You understand?
No, Zeke gone. Zeke in there. He gone. Zeke Elliott is not a Cowboy. He's probably going to be a Patriot. He's not a Cowboy.
Oh, he's gone already.
He's gone. Yeah, they Pollard is the starting running back for the Dallas. Pollard. Sorry, is the starting running back for the Cowboys? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Cowboys ain't going nowhere. Now, I humbly believe that if the Miami Dolphins stay healthy, if Tua stay healthy, we can be okay. We can be right up there if he stays healthy because we have the team right now to take us where we need to be. We have the team.
Now, I can say this. And I've not said this in 10 years or more. I really believe if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins could give a run for the AFC Championship. I really believe that.
I agree.
But it all depends if Tua stays healthy.
Yeah, but you hit the nail right on the head when you mentioned that the Kansas City Chiefs and Mahomes, he's by far the number 1 and most creative quarterback in the league now.
Yes, I agree.
You have good quarterbacks with strong throwing arms and all that, but they're not as creative as Patrick Mahomes right now.
He finds a way to get the ball out, yes.
This boy will make a pass between his legs.
Yes.
He will do anything to get that ball out of his hand and to that receiver.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So he's the most creative quarterback in the league, and when you're creative, you could do things that the defenders don't even know you're going to do.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So I put him right up there on the list right now, even over my Dolphins.
Okay.
You know, but the Cowboys, I know Naughty. If you're listening, I want you to hear this. And I only could say this because you ain't here today. Your little lousy, dirty cowgirls ain't going there nowhere this season. Thank you, Bernie.
Naughty can get you tomorrow. Naughty can get you Tuesday. I can tell you. Naughty can get you. He can get you. But like I said, I think that Dak is going to put up the numbers. He's going to get the touchdown passes. He's going to get the less interceptions. But it's going to be that 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, but he got to stay healthy too. This way he's a brittle.
Yeah, but he's gonna have them 1 or 2 games right there because he missed 5 games last year. That's correct.
Yeah, he's a choker.
Boy,
not a joker, a choker.
Oh Lord of mercy, boy! I don't know he can cuss me later. How you let Mystery do that to me?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, Brady, you have a good one.
Take care, my brother. Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. But Patrick Mahomes is that quarterback. Unorthodox passes sometimes, funny passes behind the head, behind the back, no look passes like he playing basketball. But he finds a way to get the ball out and get it to his tight end, get it to his wide receivers, get it to his running back, and that's what makes him that special quarterback. That makes him he just knows how to move about and he's staying healthy pretty much so, which is key in the NFL. So that's the team that the Super Bowl has to go through, the Kansas City Chiefs. I agree. That's the team the Super Bowl got to go through. But I believe, I really believe that the AFC East is going to be a very competitive division between the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. If Tua stays healthy, if Tua plays 14 games, if he plays 14 games, a minimum of 14 games. I'd like him to play him all 17, but he plays a minimum of 14 games. I think that the Dolphins will be in the money for the AFC Championship and probably can play Kansas City for the AFC Championship game. I know they can beat the Jets. I know they can beat the Patriots. And I really believe they'll split with the Bills this year. And that's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for my Dolphins. When you look at other teams, Baltimore, and Stat Boy is a big Lamar Jackson fan. Baltimore has a really good team, and that's a team that can challenge Cincinnati. With Joe Burrow being hurt right now, and it's fine. It's early. He's hurt in July. He'll be all right. He'll be back, and he'll be fine. It's going to be interesting to watch. It's going to be really interesting to watch. The sleeper team that I find in the AFC this year will be the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion. I don't know what to expect from them just yet. I don't know. They've got a wide receiver who might get hard. You see, when you poke the veterans, like Dylan Brooks did to LeBron, he got what he's looking for. So the young man, I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, from Pittsburgh says that Xavier Howard nor Jalen Ramsey can hold him. He has not played against Ramsey, so has no track record against Ramsey. He made 5 catches when the Dolphins played him, but there was underneath passes. It wasn't quite when Xavier was holding him. It was underneath passes, so Jalen has not had a chance to be shut down or locked down with him. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh is not playing Miami this year unless we make it in the playoffs, so we won't know that argument. And maybe that's why he picked that team, and maybe that's why he picked those players, because he knows he'll never play against them for the season. So he can go ahead and make that little prediction and run on with that. But time will tell. Time will tell. And we will see what's going on in the NFL. We will see. But here's Pearlie's predictions now. So y'all can sleep with us over the weekend. And on Tuesday, y'all can get at me on it. I think it'll be the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, and the Philadelphia Eagles and the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. This is my early prediction. This could change. This could change by October. And I think you will see the Eagles and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. Take that, carry that to the bank and cash that check on that one. And y'all can think about over the weekend. Call me all kind of names that you want to call me and tell me I'm crazy. But that's my bold prediction. And I can hold this tape. So when I play this tape for y'all in December, y'all will call me the greatest predictor of all time. The Dolphins and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, the Eagles and the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. What do you think? How do you feel? Think that can happen? Colin Cowherd is going to take us into the final 10 today. He's going to talk a little bit about Zach Thomas. He's going to talk about there's a lot of moves within the he's going to talk about the Oregon and Washington leaving. Right now, NCAA football in an uproar in terms of conferences. We know the SECs with Alabama and all those, but that's the number one conference. And we know the Big Ten with Michigan and Ohio State is the next. They're the two big conferences. But the ACC, the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, whatever you call them, and the Big 12, they're in problems. And colleges are moving. You know, Florida State said it's not if they're going to leave the ACC, it's when they're going to leave the ACC. Then you got Oregon and Washington talking about leaving the Pac-12 to move to the Big 12. So over the next couple of years, you're going to see the whole geography of college football change a lot. And I think it may end up with there's two superpower conferences, the SEC and the Big Ten, with different divisions, something like that, like Major League Baseball. But that's it for today. We're going to take a break now, and when we come back from the break, you're going to be Colin Cowherd talking about Zach Wilson and Oregon and Washington really making sense with those thinking lousy Jets. It's been a fun 2 hours. It's been fun to be here with you today. We'll be back on Tuesday. Monday's a holiday, so there's no show on Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday afternoon. Naughty will be back with Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Emancipation Day. And God bless you. And thanks for listening. Thank you to the callers. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to Texas. Thank you to everybody for making the show a great success today. Take care.
A lot of folks are wondering, what is the Agrarian Awards? It's an award show to celebrate the people who produce the food that feeds the country. So September 16th, we're giving out trophies and money to young farmers, backyard farmers, sheep runners, goat herders, pea pickers, onion planters, basically everyone. But we couldn't fit all that on the invite, so we put Agrarian Awards instead. Go to adobahamas.org to find out how to nominate your favorite agrarian. The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
From the fried chicken experts, creators of the Kentucky Chicken Sandwich, comes a whole new way to enjoy barbecue. The KFC Crispy Barbecue Sandwich features a 100% premium white meat Kentucky Fried Chicken filet stacked with bacon, cheddar cheese, crispy fried onions, and barbecue sauce on a toasted, buttery brioche bun. The new KFC Barbecue Crispy Sandwich is available only for a limited time. Try one today and enjoy a whole new level of flavor. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Phil, I have to ask you what everybody wants to know. What is it like managing Ohtani?
I never get that question. That's weird.
I like to be the only one to ask questions like that. I know you've never heard it before.
There's a lot to it. I mean, first off, it's certainly a pleasure to have him on your team. The talent, as you guys all see, the things that nobody else gets to see, though, are the personality, the type of person he is, the work ethic. And I've said this many times, he has an agenda from the time he wakes up till the time he goes to bed, and actually everything in between that, with his sleep schedule is part of it too. But his agenda is being the best player in the world. Obviously, it's working, but he does not do anything or put anything in his body, and everything he does throughout the day is calculated for him to be the best. And it's not money-driven. It's driven because he wants to win, and that is the best quality I think you can be in a teammate. I happen to have two great players like that, and he and Mike Trout, and we'll get Mike back here pretty soon. But when your two best players are two of the best people in the room, they live and die just to win baseball games and want to be on that stage at the end of it. Makes my job a heck of a lot easier. Guys just kind of fall in line. They're leaders by example. If you notice, they always lead the league. They're both in the top five. This is nothing that anybody talks about, but in times to first base, which tells you they hit a comebacker to the mound or they hit a ground ball to second base. They're busting it down the line, except when days when Shohei pitches. But just examples that set that they're leaders. They want to win. Guys follow them. It's pretty awesome to be around.
Well, you mentioned Trout, so I might as well get this out of the way. When are we going to see him back?
Well, he started swinging a bat a couple days ago. Yesterday, actually, the progression with this is dry swings without hitting the ball. Because when you start hitting the ball and that the vibration through the bat, that's what kind of affects the hand. It's more of a pain tolerance thing with this surgery, but he's right on schedule to be at the front end of the rehab is for this. And I know he's been working hard on his body. To give it a timetable, I think once it starts feeling good and he can let it go, it would not be long within a week or so after when he actually starts taking batting practice, which I think will happen in a couple days.
Make sure you give me a heads up so I can be the one to break the news, okay? Old habits die hard,
You got it.
Buster Olney was on with Rich, and he told a story about you at Yankee Stadium and referring back to your days as the third base coach, asking where Stanton and Judge put the ball. Can you tell us that story, please?
Yeah, he doesn't take batting practice on the field too often. And this particular day, he walks out, and I looked at him at the cage. And I said, "What are you doing out here?" He goes, I need to remember what it's like to hit a home run. And looking back, he'd gone probably 4 or 5 days without a home run. He took his first round in the cage, and he walked out, and he said, he asked me where Stanton and Judge would hit home runs during batting practice. And I told him, right above that little restaurant was some of the farthest ones I've seen where the cameras are. And his second round, he proceeded to hit them, well over where the cameras were, well over the restaurant. And this is to the opposite field a little bit. That's just him being him. He can put on a display during batting practice like nobody I've ever seen. I've obviously watched Judge and Stanton hit him for 4 years, and boy, they can hit him a long way for sure. This is just a different sound. It's a different look, which we've said about those other two guys for a long time. They still hit him. You're in awe when you watch him hit Judge and Stanton hit home runs in batting practice, but we used to go out and watch like McGuire take BP and Sammy Sosa, but this, what you're watching here, if you ever get a chance to do that, it's like nothing you've ever seen.
Are you inviting me down to watch a game? Is that what you just did here?
Come on out. Bring Rich, bring the kids, bring them all. Yeah, we'll have a great time.
By the way, I'll be there next week. Who are you kidding? I actually haven't been to Anaheim since the World Series, so I feel like I have to get back down there. When you watch a guy like Ohtani, though, go out and you're concerned because he says his finger hurts and he's going to come out, he's not going to pitch, you're going to call a guy in a couple innings early, and he goes out and hits a home run. When does this doesn't happen. It's just magic down there with him.
Yeah, he's last week, he had the long day. He threw the complete game he threw a shutout against Detroit in game 1 of a doubleheader, and everybody's heard about this. Game 2, he hit the 2 home runs. He kind of cramped up the next day. This was more his lower legs and stuff in Toronto. We talked about getting a day off. He refused. He knew his body was fine and ready to go. And then last night, nothing in the arm, nothing in the elbow or shoulder. This was just his hand, and the middle finger just kept kind of curling down to his palm, and he couldn't get it to straighten out. It was a cramp situation, and he pitched with it the inning before, and I was looking up at the board. You saw a fastball at 90, and you see really slow breaking balls. I think it was a 5-pitch inning. He got through it and just came in and said, if this doesn't get better, I'm not going to be able to pitch anymore. And sure enough, it did not. He actually hit that inning, was able to wrap the finger around the bat, but just wasn't able to get a grip on the ball, so I had to take him out of the game, which threw 4 good innings, and our bullpen did a great job. It's just, missing Shohei out there and that, the length that he can give you sometimes. Certainly, it wasn't the reason we lost the game by any means, but he certainly contributed his side on the offensive side to help us win it. We just didn't get it done at the end.
How do you get him to stay, Phil?
I don't really think about that right now. I know it sounds cliche, but we're worried about today. When the winter comes, I think we have a great relationship, and if he asks me for advice, I'll give it to him on certain places or anything like that. I'd love to have him back, obviously. I think anybody would. There's going to be a lot of teams in the running for this deal, but, we really don't think about it now, and it doesn't invade our clubhouse. That's something that's a strength of ours. It's certainly talked about a lot through the media and everything, through me. He fields his questions every now and again, but he gives the same answer. And it's true. I know it's, like I said, it sounds cliche, but he's focused on today and winning today, wants to win here. Certainly think if we do win here and get to, and show that we can win, that might make a difference at the end of the day. But right now, like I said, we're worried about this season.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.